Hey, good evening, guys. Well, in August, it's usually pretty slow around the farm. Other than feeding cattle, and we're just getting ready for a second cutting of grass hay to make sorghum. I was out getting a couple ears and see where the milk line is. That's a heck of an ear of corn there. I'm shelling some off to see what the moisture was. Feedlot's getting pretty dry. Hey, Tanner. I think it's Tanner. How you doing? So finally it got dry again, and things are really starting to look like fall around here, especially with the weather getting cooler. Good, it's just been really slow around here, and not much going on. I just out walking the fields a little bit. Hey Tim, good evening to you. Yeah, it's a nice day out. We're still using molasses here, and we'll soak these bales with a 5-gallon bucket of molasses. This is that grass hay we made earlier, and the stuff is really nice inside. Has some good color to it. Weights, the black cattle here, they're gonna be coming in at 550 and then going out 1375, 1400 pounds. We're done with the Holsteins. All we have here is Holstein heifers on the farm anymore. We were gonna chop some corn here, and this stuff got too dry. So it has nice ears on it, and what I thought we'll do is we'll shell this, the early corn, and then the later corn, we'll chop it. I usually chop this stuff here so I can get in barley or whatever, but once the ears start dropping like this, it don't take long. They hang over like that. I just can't believe how fast the year went, and how fast things are drying down. I know down in well, as far as Virginia, they're done chopping corn. Mostly it goes down there in Kentucky. This stuff don't even have a milk line to it anymore. Jacob, hello from Michigan. Started chopping corn. Yeah, this corn should have been chopped a week ago. You guys are probably putting it in a silo. This stuff here for an ag bag is just too dry. I done it one year, and well, you could see the one bag we were feeding out last year, I guess it was. One was like sawdust. I have a pet duck down here. She wants some corn. I don't know if you can see her there yet or not, but she's sitting. We'll get closer. She's been here all summer. I think she has little ones down along the creek line. Yeah, this the rain shut off, and then we got more rain. But the later corn doesn't look too bad. This stuff filled out really nice. Yeah, 1350 to 14 is what we consider finished weight. It depends on what animals or what grade of weight meat and everything else. There you can see Quacky. She's eating a... She likes corn. I just threw her some corn. Fresh corn. It's a wild duck. She's pretty not too scared of me, but the kids... Ag bag, I'm not sure. Quacky. Yeah, I'm hoping the prices come up on these cattle and stuff. It's I think she has little ones down below. Unless something got them all. She had a male with her back when we were working over there on the ground. There, Quacky. I'm feeding all my profits. She thought she won the lottery. Aren't you, Quacky? That's pretty good for a wild duck. So this late corn is the corn I was thinking about chopping, and it has some decent ears on it. It's filled right out to the tip, but it's a big difference between the early corn and the late corn. You run blacks or black and whites or what? All Holstein steers. Well, the Holsteins, I like the Holsteins, but I can't get the weight gain like I would want. Can you get the Holsteins up to that weight? I know when they get ready to hit 1200, they kind of just die if you don't change the feed programs. I mean, they die, they just quit gaining weight. A little jump here until you get back to the truck. got trash to clean up this weekend. Yeah, they're not putting on weight like we want them to. And weather is a big factor, and the heat. My biggest thing, if I'm not set up for Holsteins as far as manure storage. Blacks are a totally different thing. I mean, they'll make a nice pen pack, and they just gain weight. And the Holsteins, you have to have a manure pit or a slat floor where the manure can go down below. Yeah, I like to... Well, why don't you grab it? There you go. Fresh corn solids. I made it today. Corn fodder. Sorghum is, we're gonna probably knock it down here in a few days. We haven't had much drying weather. Phew, it's warm in here. We haven't had much, it's been cloudy. I see. Hey Ralph, howdy. Yeah, this corn here just too dry. There's some spots that's okay yet, but this stuff here, all the ears are hanging down. That was a kind of an old video that she started. That pile's been cleaned up for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, Ralph. That was just some old clips that she had on the phone. And I think you can see there a little bit of a height. This stuff really jumped up. It's as high as a truck right here now. Our dad's doing good, Ralph. That really helped out with the stent and what do you call it? The pacemaker, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, it's about ready to mow. We won't even try for a third cutting. But it's nice and clean down in here. If we could get another ½ inch or inch of rain, this stuff will be 7 foot tall, all but 7 foot plus. Now the whole field's a little, you can see some lower spots up along the road there. how to mow with a disc spine. There you can see the truck. I'm standing. Why don't we make note? Because the hay's real short here. We did, in prior years, we did make a lot of hay for the mushrooms when the prices were good, but now we need everything for the cattle feed. I didn't get it tested yet, fire line, I guess, or whatever, how it goes there with your, but I hear it's better than corn silage. Depends on what stage you make it at. And we have a bunch we made first cutting, and I didn't get it tested yet. I wanted it to sit for so many days before we even thought about feeding it. But most of the stuff will go in the big bales, 3x4s by 5 foot, wrap it in a tube, and this is what we'll feed over the winter time to cut down on corn silage. We've been going through too much corn silage, not able to shell some or sell some, or so this is ideally a good way to farm ground that was too wet this year. And I wish I would have found some more ground that they couldn't plant corn or soybeans in it and stuck this stuff in it beginning of July. And then just baled it. I don't know if there's a market for it. I don't know if anybody feeds it to beef cattle, but for the cow and calf operation, but that's unreal how tall that is. And first cutting right here wasn't this tall. It was too wet, it just wouldn't grow. But now that the moisture's gone, we actually can get something to come off here. I just drove in here and put in my truck door. You can see that. I'll have to back out with my truck door open. But wherever it's wet, it's not as tall. So if anybody saw the video today that came out, it was just some extra clips trying to get put together. I'll see where I'm going here with my and up along the edge here, I don't know if I didn't get the fertilizer out to spread out to the edge because I didn't want to throw it on the roads. Busy highway. It's funny, right on the edge here is really short, and I guess I didn't get the fertilizer to throw out further than I would like. No, this stuff will not regrow next year. We'll have to be reseeded again. But it does make a lot of tonnage. I want to go up here at the other end. This is a later corn over here. There's a natural gas line that goes down along the road here. And they're putting gas across the house there, I guess. Yeah, it needs rain. It needs a lot. This stuff here is to the truck. And this is on top of the field here. You can see down below it's needing its moisture. We did have... Did you get rain today on the farm? No. We had a couple spritz and that was it. This stuff here definitely could use an inch of rain for sure. You can see the farm in the background there, I guess. If I can stand here. Hey Dan, how you doing? This is corn that was planted after barley. And that's what you seen back here earlier in the video. Yeah, the boys were, they're a great help. Kind of miss them here now that they're not doing during the day with school and stuff. I'm standing on the bed box here in this. So this corn has nice height to it, decent ears, but all we need is a good inch of rain. Right there's the farm, the building's in the center there. But I think we're okay if we would get an early well, the early corn is too dry to chop. It still don't look too bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, but there's dry spots. And I would think it would be up on top here. The lower spot, the corn was just too wet. It couldn't grow when it was earlier. It's filled right up to the tip. Short like Farmall. Now we can't pick on him. There we go. Do you miss your phone? I took my wife's phone again. I'm gonna run down here and then around come in the bottom field lane. Still coming through okay. Okay. Are we going to chop any corn? Well, we have a lower field, Dan. I think it all depends on how the weather and stuff. But we definitely have to have something to feed the beef cattle over the winter. We don't have enough feed. I'm going to come back around here to this other field. Ralph, everybody has to work a little bit once in a while. I don't think you mind. Turn you guys around here a minute. I don't know, Sika's here. Why don't they want to focus? I ruined my phone. There we go. There we go. Crying out loud. Is it blurry for you guys? There we go. We'll get out here and look at this corn. This corn here has lots of nitrogen on the right. Alright, I think I got it fixed. Now this is nice corn down here. This is replant corn. This whole field here was replant. Happens to me. Dan, you don't need to tell her I dropped her phone. I think she knows. Thought there might be some deer down here, but this corn here is not as tall, but it's decent. This corn over here is grounded. Needs nitrogen. Ralph! Usually there's deer out here. I don't know, anybody goes. We'll stop here in the middle and just kind of get up and see what it looks like above. I don't have a drone personally, but my father-in-law has a drone. That way you can see the layout of the farm. So I'll just stand up here so you can see where we're at now. The corn here looks pretty nice. It's pretty uniform height. I don't know if I actually ever want a drone or not. They have a purpose on the farm, but you can see the lights are turning on over there now. I'll just stand on the roof of my truck and put a dent in it. And you can see I'm standing on my truck. This stuff here looks pretty nice. Then we get up further in the corner there, and then it's a little shorter. So this corn here would have an inch of rain in the next couple of days. Oh, Ford can take it, Dan. Now we'll get to the other end quick. That's what corn sounds like at 30 miles an hour. That's fast enough for a Ford in a cornfield. All these waterways and stuff we keep mowed up around here. Then we got a little dip here, so hang on to your hats. Oh. Yeah, ouch. Now we're back here at the feedlot. And you can see a difference in the corn here. This stuff should have been chopped when we were a week ago, probably. But I thought we had all this corn. Maybe we'll shell that, and then we'll. This is 1197 Pioneering here, and I forget what the other number was, but. Thanks, Charles. Yeah, he just doesn't want to. He would want me to buy a Kubota if he comes out and mows. He's always giving me a hard time. I'm gonna jump across here and get a couple years to see what the moisture is in this field. One of these days the boys are going to turn on the fencer. How's the quality on this yet? Did I lose some reception? I know it didn't focus there at one time. Oh, I have nothing against farmals. I wonder if the stabilizer is on. Seems like it's awful jumpy. There's Ford. Wait, look at that. Now those are pretty tiny ears. We'll take this back to the cattle. Here's what I should those are the ears you want to put into the fair contest or whatever, but that's a big ear of corn. We didn't do a vet check yet, Ralph. I think that's what you asked for. I had her give me the medication for the vaccinations, and you know, last year they were kind of off on their birth dates. So I don't know if I have to pay for that again and then have somebody tell me it's right or wrong. Well, there's lots of big ears out here we could pick for the fair if we're going to put any in. And where do you farm, Charles? Ralph, you should ask my wife what I did for her this morning with her vehicle. I know, I just don't, I don't know, you don't get into some of that stuff. I guess when you have kids and a lot of responsibilities. But hey, Ken, I shouldn't be putting these big ears of corn on here, or I'm going to get in trouble by other guys. They're going to say, well, you didn't have a rough year with corn. Well, there's a lot of corn that don't look good out there. Should have filled it up and waxed it for all the hard work. Well, she should tell you what I did for her today. She had a doctor's appointment this morning with the little girl, which you've seen that in the other video, I believe. There you go. I'm gonna set this up now. seems like the focus is in or out too far. I'm not happy with the quality there. What did I do to you this morning? What did I do for her? She had to have her vehicle ready to go by a certain time. I had to make a trip down to the Ford dealership. She said she was tired. Hey, Scotty. Just in case you missed it, but just wanted to show you some corn from Pennsylvania. Now, it's not all like that, you know. You don't have to look for the big ones, but they're out there. Does it seem like it's not focused right yet? Her dad is doing really good, Scott. Last I heard, I did talk to, I forget when last I talked to him. Wasn't too long ago, I guess. But he said he was feeling pretty good. He made a trip out to Michigan the past weekend as he came back Sunday evening from Michigan. It wasn't a great trip, but I guess he had a nice that's okay, Charles, I know what you meant. It looks blurry on my end. I'm sorry if it is, guys. So I want to try to get that sorghum that we baled the first cutting, get that tested, and that's over to across the road there, and see our levels are. Well, because we're looking at a Ford truck, I guess that's why it looks good there. Patch of Heaven Farm. Boy, it feels good out with the cooler air finally. It's been getting down in the 58, I guess, 60s here at night. Low 50s. Seed for next year? As far as sorghum, or what are we talking about? She might come out yet. Good. That's the farmer's son. That's my oldest boy. Yeah, they got school tomorrow, and then they have Friday off and Monday off for Labor Day. So anybody have big plans for Labor Day? So they'll have a 4-day weekend, I guess. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then they go back Tuesday. Patch of Heaven, your kids start on Tuesday. Tanner, you don't go back until next week. Yeah, they started on Monday, which is kind of weird how we start school. And then you get a 4-day weekend because of the holiday. You see or find a John Deere 45 combine, let me know. I can get my boy working on that for you, Scott. He's really good at finding things. I will, Charles. She might come out here in a little bit if I keep going and the quality's good enough. I don't know if you'd rather watch what I'm looking at or watch what I'm looking at you guys, but there's not enough comments. Maybe when she comes out here, we'll get some more people coming in, I don't know. Yeah. We had they're small enough you can put on the gooseneck. Really dark over here. Well, all I can say, it's another year in the books as far as growing conditions. We're getting into that September now. How do you like that, Tanner, cyber school? I had some cousins that did that last year or year before, and then they went back to school. You're funny, Scott. No one wants to see the farmer. They want to see the farmer's wife. Do I have to do a Ralph Ray? No, I'm waiting for it to come out here. I'm just burning time, you know what I mean? Winds are picking up. We should be cleaning the truck, wash the hood up there a little bit. How's the soybeans looking down there, Scott? If you're still here. Weedy.
Oh, you can't see the Hi everybody.
Farming, fixing, and fabric. Happy birthday to a little man. Yeah. How's the crops looking up there, Andy?
It's cooling off a little bit, but it's not bad. It's really nice, actually. I'm enjoying the weather right now.
Better than it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we have window units, air conditioning. You guys got, Andy, you guys got rain there just a couple days ago again, didn't you? It's been dry here. Incoming. Does your dad have...
No, Dad had what's called a premature ventricular contraction and some skip beats. His heart rate was really low, and they couldn't fix it with beta blockers because it was so low. So they had to put a pacer in to get his heart rate up, and then they were able to put him on the beta blockers, which would help with the irregular heartbeat, which was skip beats and the PVCs. So, but the pacer really helped, and the stent helped, and now they have him on some more medication that's got him back up and running. Thanks for asking.
We're all doing good. Ralph, we'll keep your family in our prayers too. I guess you have somebody that's had cancer, or I forget what you told me. Showers here, and it's been dry for a few days. Rain tomorrow. You guys are lucky getting all the rain showers. It won't be long and the alfalfa will be up. You guys just planting?
Welcome out in the country. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Ralph, for the raid. You're quite the guy, you know it.
Yeah, we really appreciate you here on this channel.
Hello to the farming life new here. You should have your alfalfa up, Andy, shortly with all the rain. My salesman called me. He said he wanted to bring barley seed. He wanted to bring it today, and I said, no, I don't want it yet. So he's going to bring it on Saturday, I guess. He's going to try to get it up here. It's just been unusually dry, and we had corn ready to chop, and I decided to hold off because I thought it was getting too dry, and we're going to chop some later corn and then shell the stuff. The early corn will shell it. There's Charles, isn't it, Charles?
Yeah, hi Charles. I made it out.
The first bit of it, I've got about 100 acres left to put in yet. Well, get it in if you're getting the moisture.
If you can.
Yeah. How'd you make out with your drone? It looked like you had fun pulling it out of the tree. If you guys want to check out Farming, Fixing, and Fabrication, he has some pretty good videos out of New York. That's one reason I don't have a drone, Andy. I don't have anything big like that to go up there and get it out of the trees. Oh, yes. I don't know, Scott. I always come up with a different plan. It's doing great. I flew it today.
That's good.
You know how to fix things and weld it and put it back together. How's soybean farmer doing, Scott? I haven't heard much from him lately. I guess he's out there still pulling weeds. The poor thing was in the rain for a day.
Oh no.
Well, it had some shelter probably from the leaves in the tree. You have to go check out that video of him recovering his drone out of the tree with a high lift. That must be about a, what is that, a 60-foot high lift? 45, Andy? Probably at least a 45 foot. Scotty says not sure about soybean farmer, what he's doing. Not sure about soybean farmer. Well, tell him I said hi and tell him to stay out of the heat. Keep watching me. Watch the camera.
I'll watch the truck.
There's Farmall Fanatic. You coming down to hunt some deer, Farmall? You gotta show how you guys are serious, not hobby deer hunters. There, the short one. Farmall's gonna.
I guess if he's here,
Sure.
I'll get her done.
Poor guy. You guys can't pick on Farmall Fanatic. Do you
At
think?
least he's here to defend himself.
Yeah. Well, it's been an hour about, guys. It's been slow here in the month of
Tired.
watch what we planted today.
Planted today.
I'm 6'2", Ralph, and Ralph is 5.
Who's short?
I guess you
I
boys.
guess I can't talk.
I guess you boys better get a tape measure out and stand beside it. Have a good night, Andy. We're headed to bed too here shortly.
Thanks, Gene. It's 5:10 and drinking. When I played basketball, I said I was 5'10".
Hey, good evening, Walker Dairy Farm.
Good night, Andy.
There's benefits in being tall and there's benefits in being short.
I always say short people will probably rule the world one day because we tall people keep hitting our heads on stuff.
My arm's getting dying. Alright, guys.
Keep yawning.
Wasn't very interesting what's going on tonight, but we should be in the fields here in about a few days and mowing and knocking that sorghum off and some grass hay.
Night, Justin.
I'm going to do a video for you, Charles, so it's coming. So, we'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll see what we get ourselves in the next couple days.
Good night.